I want to thank you guys and gals for sticking around with me today here on this very sleepy, sloppy week so far. It's the dog days of summer. Welcome back, guys. My name is Joseph James. Thank you for being here in this live trade room today. We've had a fantastic day today in the live trade room. We've made some great cash. Before we talk about these trades, though, I do want to remind everybody out there to please be careful of the risk capital. There is risk out there in these markets. Please take a moment to read our terms and our disclaimers. That way everybody knows what to expect when you are dealing with real capital. And I'll be honest, what allows us to manage the risk out there is our trading plan. We have a very good trading plan, and one of the things that we talk about in this trading plan today was the use of a token print. So first of all, let's go over to the blog and let's talk real quickly before we close up shop here and go members only. Let's go right down to the search box, and in the search box, I'm going to type in the word token print. That way I can learn about what a token print is. Now, a token, in the old days, someone would give you a gold coin. Well, a token looked like gold, but it wasn't real gold. A token was fool's gold. This is an old term they've used. Obviously, we don't use gold very often anymore. We may soon in the future if they keep printing all this money at the central banks. But nonetheless, though, we know that a token means the fake, right? The false, the not true. Okay, that's what token print means. So here's a detailed review of a token print. Okay, there's a token print, and we use this flawlessly today. It was a great example. Now, we actually got two token prints today. We got one on the Russell, and we got one on crude. And this definitely helped us because we got a token print at resistance on the Russell, which told me to get short. And you can see here on the Russell, there's my first Russell trade after 10 o'clock, and that was a monster winner. We easily, to be honest with you, could have made 3 times that in the Russell, but the Russell never came out of its nosedive. It just kept dropping, and if you weren't in it, you couldn't get back in. So the Russell kept going. I took my profit conservatively, too, at a 57-tick winner. So the token print got us started on the Russell first. Well, later on down the line, though, we saw crude the same thing. Now, look, we were short the crude everywhere after 9:30. We got long the crude first because we were in a bull channel. But then it was nothing but short, 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 and then, bam, we decided then to get long. Why would we get long? Well, another token print. The token print on crude came out, and the token print on crude put us in a couple more $500 winners. Now, let's look at this real quickly here. First of all, look at the value added from this token print. Now, you can see we talked about this at 7:30 this morning with our prep. We had a trading range that you could assume was a lot like this, right? There was my trading range. What's right in the middle? Right in the middle of that, or right at the top of that range, is the previous high of day. Now, the previous high of day is a pretty big, important level for us, isn't it? In fact, we know that when we're around the previous highs and previous lows, anything can happen. So when we went above the previous high of day and then failed, what did that tell me? It told me the buyers had failed and that we now should sell short. So what did we talk about? We talked about two-step short. We talked about wave short, wave short, wave short. The big monster winner, as you can see, just kept falling and didn't even give us a chance to get back into it. That's what I mean when I say we could have easily made a couple $1,000s more if the Russell would have simply given us those wave patterns to keep getting into it below the previous low of day. So we got short on the Russell when we saw the token print. Now back up for a second. Why is that a token print? And why not that one right there? Why not that one back here? Why is a new higher high considered a token print? Why not this one down there? That's right, 2 token prints, one at the top, one at the bottom. Well, here's the deal. You can't find a token print in hindsight. You can't. The only way to find a token print is if you're watching the price action as it unfolds. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're watching or reading about that token print lesson that I posted for you guys and gals, you're learning right now it's the speed at which it reverses. So for example, the sellers were clearly in charge on the way down here on the Russell. And sure enough, we get a really fast lower low, and just as fast as it went lower, it yoink and went right back up. Now, after a big drop down, when momentum is oversold, after seeing a couple wave patterns fail, this token print all of a sudden becomes blatantly obvious. So we have a short covering rally in a token print at the low. And again, what makes it a token print, exactly, Frank, what makes it a token print is that last ditch effort, 1, 2, 3, push. And those sellers try and they just, they exhaust. There's nothing left. And the buyers can smell it. You get that, of course, that big hammer candlestick with the big wick on it. We can feel it coming in the market where we've been waiting for the reversal to begin with anyways, and the token print just throws gasoline on that fire. So we right away then begin looking for an entry pattern, and we begin buying two-step, buying wave failure. And look where we are now in the Russell, all the way back up into the range, and we should keep going all the way back up to retest that previous high of day. This is one of the easiest ways to use our method, using the previous highs and previous lows as big market sentiment clues. Now, crude oil also gave us a token print, and crude's token print made us about $1,000 too. You'll notice same thing. Now again, I can't show you in hindsight what a token print looks like and feels like because it goes down and then reverses just as fast, if not faster, than when it dropped. We oftentimes see the buyers step in strong. We oftentimes see a dramatic slowdown in price. For example, here's 1045. Let's go back and use my pace of tape indicator, which shows the speed of the market. And I'll show you what 1045 looked like. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember this one now. Yeah, token print, easy one. Look at the speed of tape right when it reverses, right? It goes down just as fast as it, bam, right, moves back up. So it's that red pace of tape. It's that red speed of the tape right there, that little tiny bit of red. And I remember this in real time thinking to myself, man, they're slowing down. We're oversold. It's been a huge move lower. If you remember at that time, we were talking about how the 8 range patterns have begun to fail and we weren't really confident going short anymore. And sure enough, it reverses. I did take a wave short because of the 21 wave pattern. You almost have to take a 21 wave pattern. It's the highest percentage pattern we see. And even that failed from the token print. We finished up our day with 48 ticks, 27 ticks, 54 ticks, guys, and made over 180 ticks today. 4 of these 11 trades, all completely based on token print personalities. A great example today here on how we used the different tools we have in our toolbox to make our money today. We got a little bit more time to answer some questions. If we have any guests that have questions, I want to make sure all the guests understand what we're talking about today. I'm going to cut things off, though, right now and go over to our members-only trade room and see how those guys and gals do over there. Don't forget, we have 2 trade rooms with School of Trade, a public trade room where I educate, where you're going to learn, and then, of course, our members trade room, our private trade room, where you're going to earn. Thank you so much for being a part of this today. Once again, guys, my name is Joseph, School of Trade. Thanks for being here.